My check, my check, my check, my check, my check. My check, my check. All right, we're gonna get started in a second. Just want to make sure we ain't having no technical difficulties before we start. So let me send out the link in the Discord to make sure that my Discord people has the link. And today was a marvelous day, man. So we're gonna go over this great price action, man. We had a marvelous price action today. But let me send the link out to the Discord and make sure everybody has the link. Um, okay, let me make sure you hear me. My check, my check, my check. If you're in here right now, please comment or just write the number one. If you hear me, if you see my screen, if everything sounds good, can you please write the number one to make sure that we active, right? I think we actually good because when I clicked the link, I heard myself talk. So no, I actually think oh yeah. Um, do you hear me? Said no Zoom. Do you hear me? Do you see my chart? You see it? Do you hear me? Can you write one to make sure that you hear me? My check, my check. My check, my check, my check. My check, my check. My check. My check, my check, my check. My check. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? My check, my check. One, two, one, two. Well, I don't hear the mic. I don't really hear the mic though. Can you please write one in the chat if you hear me, my G? Because it's only me and you in this motherfucker. Just got out of the shower by the slide in a minute. Mm. My check, my check, my check. Okay, okay, we good, G. All right. So Zoom, no Zoom. Why was it you trying to get on Zoom? What's the difference between this and Zoom? So so you're gonna go on the 5 minute right quick before we start this shit right quick. So let me delete everything. And we gonna get started, man. So let's get started. So the first thing this is my trading window, right? This is from 9:30 to 12, right? This is my trading window. So the first thing I do is I'm just looking to see where we at in price, right? So the first thing I'm looking for is I see that there's a high, there's equal highs right here. So that's usually like the first I'm looking for, equal highs or equal lows. And where am I at price? I know price is right here. So I just see these highs that's sitting here at the moment. So I see there's some highs up there, relative highs. And the fact that we're down here, the market open here, I'm already thinking bullish, right? And because I see why we already dropped so far. So I know it just can't go down and down and down and down and down. So I know I'm bullish. So this is my target up here. Any one of these highs basically would be my target. So now I'm looking for the 8:30 open and the midnight open to see if I'm in a premium or am I in a discount, right, of the range. I already see that I am in a discount of the range because I'm way down here. But I just like to make sure and I like to just make sure where just I like to make sure I know where 8:30 is and where midnight open is, right? You don't always need the opening prices to determine that you're at a premium and discount. Not all the time, but it do helps a lot. So, and this is part of my daily, my morning, sorry, my morning routine, midnight open. All right, so now I got a midnight open and an 8:30 open, which are the opening prices, and I have my draws on liquidity, right? I have the all of these highs, right? So I'm gonna just draw all of these highs out, right? And I already know this is trendline liquidity, right? So I know the market loves to leave its fingerprints, right? So look at all of these highs that's just smooth, and the market do not like to leave smooth. The market do not like to leave the liquidity up here so smooth. So it's a target that we hunt and we take our TPs to, right? Look at all of these buy side liquidity. And what's perfect, we have a buy side liquidity literally right at midnight open. So that makes it a extra confluence that it should go way up here. So now we see that the market literally opened here. So now the first thing I'm looking at is I see, oh shit, before the market opened, right? We have these equal lows right here, right? Look at this low here. Oh shit, wrong thing. So look at this low here. And this is pre-market. And look at this low here. So what do I have? I got relative lows and I have relative highs, right? So whenever you have relative lows and relative highs, you wanted to do the opposite first, right? You wanted to, because I'm bullish, so I wanted to go. That means I wanted to go down first and then goes up, right? She said, I don't really like texting, otherwise just automatic. Yeah, I feel you though, but you don't really do too much talking into the thing anyway, so I mostly do all the talking, so it don't really matter. So this is just a better way for me to just keep going without no questions. And if you really have a real question, you'll put it into the chat, because most people don't really talk when you be giving classes anyway. Just be kind of like listening to me talk. So this is a better way, and it's recorded, so you can go back on YouTube and kind of like rewatch it and shit like that. You feel me? And of course, I am gonna have Zoom calls, stuff like that. Hey, are we still gonna trade tomorrow morning? It's Wednesday. Okay, so now that I have my direction, which is bullish, I have my targets, which is all of these buy side area, right? And we have these two equal relative lows here, and we have a relative low here. And remember, I like for it to do the opposite, right? To go down, then go up. So what happens? The market literally opens here. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. These are key zones, right? These key zones, these are Asia lows, actually, I think it is, right? Yeah. See, this is 2 in the morning. So this is actually Asia's low, and this is London's low. So we literally have Asia low and London low. This is literally an A plus setup. It was literally lining up. So these are our key liquidity zones that we're looking for a sweep. It was literally like an A plus. So look what to do. Remember, if we're bullish, you want to see it go down first and manipulate, right? To fake out the retail traders to think that we're going to go long and we're going to go back up and drag them across the coast, right? So look, the market opens up here. So we have a lot of back and forth pre-market, right? Asia, London, right? Back and forth. You could have caught some trades, right? So this low got created right here at 7:45, and this high right here got created at, oh, I'm tripping. And this is, yeah, this high got created at what time this is? 4:50. Anyway, so let's get right into it. So the market literally opened here. Boom. It opened and then just dumped, right? So cool. Market open and it dumped. And it kept dumping. And I'm gonna show my first loss, right? So I'm gonna show that I took a loss right here, then I caught a win. So right here is dumping. So right here, right, we sweep out the lows. Remember what I say. If you want to see it go, if you want to see it go lower and lower and lower, you want to see speed, right? Look at the speed, and it's coupled with a fair value gap right through these lows. And you see how we never even retested, right? We literally broke it. We literally broke it and just left, leaving that as a what? What is a fair value gap that gets left behind that don't get retraced to, right? So it's a breakaway. So whenever you have a fair value gap or multiple fair value gaps and you do not see it get retested, That's what you want to see if you're extremely bearish, right? That's a sign of bearish order flow. So if a breakaway gap and just kept dropping, right? Kept dropping. So right here, I think is where I caught my first loss. So you see, we already got the sweep, and then we got a mean drop. So now I'm just being patient, waiting for a set up to go long. Okay, so let's zoom in and go to the 1 minute. And this is where I caught my first trade right here, my first loss right here. So you see, we got the sweep already. I ain't got to draw the sweep. And then what did we get? We got another internal sweep. So how we swept out, so how it goes up, and it swept out this low right here. Boom. So when we got this sweep, so we got a sweep of internals. And then what did we get? We have an bullish breaker. Look at the bullish breaker. We have a low, high, the lower low, swept out internal, then we have a higher high right here. So this is where I got my long at right here. So there's a bullish breaker. Should draw it out right quick. We have the bullish breaker here. Bullish breaker. Here we have the order block, which is, remember, we have these two down close candles, 1, 2. See how the green candle gave close way above, which is like a bullish engulfing. So we have the order block here, which is a change in the state. And that's where I got my long right here. And then I was targeting. You see that bit ran. It ran. But it came back. I was targeting these two liquidity, these buy side liquidity zones here. That's what I was targeting. And of course, so this was my first TP, and I was expecting to just get out up here somewhere. Right? So this is where I caught my first long. You got the bullish breaker here. I got in off the retest. That's how I came in. So I hold the order block, and bullish breaker. And you see how I ran. Boom. That shit gave me what? It gave me literally 80 points. And my stop loss was literally right below the bullish breaker. Which below this down close candle. So my stop loss was literally 32 points. See how it gave me 8? It literally gave me a 2.5 risk to reward. But because why? I trade to the liquidity. I trade to liquidity, and it took out this small high right here too. But I wasn't expecting it to come all the way down, right? I was expecting it to run because we're in a deep premium, right? And we have all of these highs up here that's sitting up here, right? So I didn't even expect it to come back down here. I thought it was a go. So that's where I took my first loss at. Can you see how it came down and stopped me out after that? Which is cool. It gave me 80 points. I should have, so I usually sell some at 50 points, but because I was only in one contract, so I couldn't leave no runner. So I kind of just waited for it to hit my TP, but it never did. So, and then what happened? Then so we came all the way down. We got another sweep. This is where it got interesting, right? So we have another sweep. And what did we get? We got this down close candle here. And look how it closed way above, creating this is an order block right here. This down close candle, this bearish candle here, which is a change in the state of delivery, aka order block. And then what happens after that? Look how we come up here and then we come right back to it and retest it. And then we boom, create another order block. So whenever you have two order blocks on top of each other that get traded into, it's called a propulsion block. Oh shit, so this is a propulsion block. So now we're looking for speed. So a propulsion block is when you have an order. So let me just show you. So this is the order block here. So a propulsion block is when this is the internal sweep. So a propulsion block is when you have an order block here. See it? You have an order block that gets traded into. So you have this order block here, boom. And then you see how it came down and then retested here. And then look what happened after that. Boom, closed above this down close candle. So it created another order block. So a order block that trade into another order block. The second one becomes a propulsion block, right? And now you're looking for speed, which is what we got. And you see, you want to see, you see how it's holding the opening price. Look at all of the wicks. Look how, look at that. One candle, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes. So now this is where I would think about getting into my trade, right? So this is right here. When I saw this, I would think about going long. But because I just took my first loss right here, I was like, damn, maybe I need to be a little more patient because you see how we're just literally dropping, right? And we didn't get no five, we didn't get nothing on a 5 minute yet. Right? Because on the 5 minute, we're literally right here. We ain't really getting on a 5 minute yet, right? So I was literally going to jump in, but what happened was I said, you know what? Let me just be patient, right? I actually got to thank Don for this. I was like, let me just be patient because me and Don is helping me work out with my patience, right, and my discipline, and looking at the 5 minute, looking at higher time frames, and just stop being so antsy and hot boongy to jump into a trade. You feel me? So when it created here, I was thinking about jumping in. I said, cool. I said, you know what? Let me wait and let me just be patient, right? Let me see let me see basically what patience look like. Like, let me actually be patient and let me see if it kind of like the trade starts smacking me in my face, like, okay, you need to get in. So I see that it's holding, it's holding, it's holding, it's holding, and then we come down right here, and you see how we're just respecting this opening price. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I think this is the trade. But as soon as I said that, I said, you know what? Let me go check the 5 minute right quick. Let me go see if something got created on the 5 minute. And as soon as I said that, look what I see on the 5 minute. I see this bearish fair value gap that's right here. And remember, whenever we get that's after a sweep, see the sweep? Now we're above it. You see how we're above it? Whenever you're above Peter Rays and it was once support, you want to see it be used. Once it gets above it, you want to see it be used as resistance, right? So I was like, oh snap! It's a five. Now I have a 5 minute confluence that made me feel more comfortable. So look at the 5 minute right here. Look how it touched it right here. Boop. And then now I jumped in long. I said, okay, you know what? I like that. I like what's going on, right? I have, first of all, I have the internal sweep right here. And I know the best trades happen when the masses get stopped out. See what I'm saying? So, and because I know we're in a deep premium. So now we get the internal sweep. We kind of close above. I remember at first I didn't see that, right? But we actually close above this 5 minute inverse. So we get the first 5 minute PD rate. Boom. And we get this order block and we get the propulsion. So that's three things. Wait, order block, propulsion, yeah, three things. And the inverse value gap on a 5 minute. And I jump in right here. Boom. And then I only jump to one contract and I put my stop loss below this down close candle, which is a fair value gap. So now I'm risking about 47 points, and I'm only in one contract. So that's just I'm trading futures. I'm trading Nas 100 right now, which is forex. So I'm trading one lot. Wait, 0.001. So each point is $1. So my stop loss is literally $47.50, and I was targeting these equal highs. Like, look how equal these highs are. So these are called generated highs. Remember, the market has to do four things at all times, right? Generate the highs and then go hunt the highs, or generate the liquidity and then go hunt it. So this is why I went long at, and you see how that bit just ran to perfection. So let me show you what happened also, because once it ran up, I actually scaled into more contracts, right? So once we ran up here, boom. I saw this. Now we created an fair value gap right here, coupled with an order block. We all know those are the best order blocks when it has a fair value gap coupled into it. Look at the BISI, bullish fair value gap. Look at the order block here, right here. So once it ran up here, right here, and then went down, it just literally just generated another high. right? And remember, the market has to do what at all times, right? It has to generate the highs and lows, and it has to do what? Pull back to an inefficiency, which is this SIBI, which is this BISI, and then it's gonna attack the highs, right? And then on this road up, look, we created actually another order block, which is right here, this down close candle. Look how I just ran all the way up. And I had to go to work, so I didn't catch the whole move. But this is another bullish breaker right here. To just chart this right here. Because it literally just be running. That's why I love ICT concepts. Like ICT concepts is literally the best. You just have to get to a point where you actually understand everything, right? Like it takes some time though. But so look at the bullish breaker, right? We have a low, high, lower low, higher high. So remember, you want to draw the last bullish candle that's in that leg, and it actually may be a 5-minute bullish breaker too. You see how I drew the whole bullish candle, the last bullish candle? You extend it through. Look how we pull right back to it to the T. So lovely. Look how far we ran after that. And then look where we ran to. We literally ran right to market open, to midnight open up here. We literally ran right to midnight open and right to 8:30 open. Off of this this breaker right here. Hold on. Let me see if it's a 5-minute. Because that shit was so smooth. Yep. 5-minute bullish breaker. You have a low, high, lower low, higher high. Look how it comes right into the wick. Because wicks are gaps. Right to the wick and then run. Today was lovely order flow. Look at that. And what is this? What is this right here? When it stopped right here, all I did was just generate more highs to go up higher. Because we already have all those highs that's way up there. So once it stopped right here and it came right back down to this bullish breaker, you see how we never got a retest. Look how we closed, we opened, and we just ran. We never got a retest. Remember, the market has to generate liquidity and then pull back to an inefficiency. Look how it touched it to the T. And look, this is the order block. It came right into the order block. Look at the order block right here. You have 2 down close candles, 1, 2, and a close above right here. And it created a what? Fair value gap. Oh shit. So even though it didn't really respect the fair value gap perfectly, it needed to get to the bullish break. It needed to get right here to this bullish breaker. See the order block? 2 down close candles. Look how I came right into it. Boop. And then ran. And look, create another order block. Order block fair value gap. See the fair value gap? Look how it comes right into it again. You see how I use this? You see how I use this fair value gap right here? Look at the retest. Boop. And it just ran. Look how. So you could have caught your play literally. So I was on my way to work. So that's why I may quit my job soon because I'd be missing out on so much money. Look at this TP. Oh, right to the midnight open. Lord. Look at that shit. Stop loss right below. Look at that shit. You'd have been risking $77 to make 231. This is literally a 3R trade, 2.98 trade. And if you'd have got in literally right off of the first order block when it came into it, 242 points, risking $66. A plus setup, man. A plus setup, man. So I made a little real cheese and shit. I'm trading real cheese right now, so it is what it is, man. So since it's only you in here, I'm pretty sure you ain't got no questions. So pretty sure I kind of ran over it pretty cool, and I know you kind of understand this. So where we went for 25 minutes, that's not that bad. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. Fuck with your man. That boy is ugly, bro. Getting braids, man, nigga, ugly, bro. I gotta get me a taper sign, bro. You feel me? Sheesh, bro. I don't even be getting haircuts or nothing, fool. Nigga be thugging it on my way. Pull up, nigga. Pull up, nigga. I gotta stop thugging it, bro. Start getting me a haircut and shit. Anyways, get up out of here. Catch y'all on the next one.